Good morning custodians and welcome to video 1 of chapter The Story of Village Palampur. In this video we will see a rural village in India which is imaginary, and we will see the different type of economic activities carried out by people in a typical rural village of India. So let's start. Production is the key to economic development of a country. Production can be agricultural, like production of crops, or production it can be industrial also, like manufacturing of goods. Over 70% of Indian population still lives in villages, and people living in villages, they require various goods and services, many of which can be produced locally. Thus, a village is a good place to understand various concepts related to production. Palampur is chosen as a place to study production. It can be any part of India, right from Jammu and Kashmir in north to Kerala in south, from Gujarat in west to Assam in the east. This village Palampur is an imaginary village. It actually represents a typical small Indian village. When we see the road connectivity, Palampur is well connected by road with the neighboring villages and towns. A 3 kilometer long all weather road connects Palampur to a big village, that is Raiganj, and from the Raiganj the same road continues to connect it from the nearest town of Shahpur. Now, as we are talking about road, so the means of transport which can be seen moving on the road includes the tongas, the bullock carts, the bogies, the motorcycles, jeeps, tractors and trucks. They are all used to transport people and goods from one village to another. As in most villages, farming is the main activity of the people in Palampur. Apart from farming, several other activities like small scale manufacturing, dairy, transportation are there. Now we will see the population composition of Palampur. In Palampur there are around 450 families living, and in this village people belonging to different castes are there, as in most villages of India. The upper caste families, they have pakka houses made of bricks and cement and plastered, well plastered. Some of these houses are quite large. The Dalits, or the low caste people, they account for 1/3 of the total population. They live in the corner of village with houses made of mud, of straw. Coming to the power situation, most of the houses have electricity connections, and electricity is also used to run tube wells in the fields and support local businesses apart from domestic use. The health facilities are also there in Palampur. There is a primary health center which is run by government, and one private dispensary where the sick people are treated. Now we will see the farming pattern in Palampur. The land is fixed. 75% of the people in Palampur, they are dependent on agriculture like other Indian villages. It is the main occupation in Palampur. So 80 upper caste families, they own majority of land, and 240 other farmers, they own small lands or they are landless farm laborers. The farm laborers may mostly include 150 Dalit families. Apart from this, shopkeeping, transportation, dairy keeping, small scale manufacturing is also practiced in Palampur, but the number is quite few, and all the production activities when carried out they require natural resources like land and water. The very first requirement is land, and the second requirement is labor to carry out the process of production. Apart from this, the third requirement, which is one of the most significant one also, is the physical capital. That is the variety of inputs which are required at every stage during production, like tools, machines, buildings. These tools, machines and buildings, they form the fixed capital or the physical capital. Apart from this, raw materials which are required at every stage in production and money in hand, that is the finance, is also required, and this raw material and money in hand is called working capital. Tools, machines and buildings, they remain as it is although they are used, but this working capital, that is the raw materials and the money in hand or the finance, they are used up in the process of production. Apart from this, fourth requirement which is necessary for production is the knowledge of production and the enterprise to be able to put land, labor and capital into proper use for generating employment as well as generation of profits. So the labor, if the labor is not efficient, the productivity will be less. So having an efficient labor or maintaining an efficient labor is very important, and there comes the concept of human capital. So human capital is the human population which can be put to several uses in the process of production for generation of income in the form of profits and for generating equally valuable goods. That's all we have in this video. Thank you and have a nice day.